What is happening, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. KG is back with another upload. Transfer completed. Leeds United complete their third signing of the summer. I'd love to get your thoughts on this one. I didn't think I'd have too much to say about it, but I do have some initial thoughts in just the way that the transfer window's gone so far. And I'd love to get to your thoughts on what I'm about to say today. So before I get into it, please hit a like on the video, subscribe if you're not subscribed, and of course, drop your comments below. Mr. P, Karen Curtin, thank you for the super thanks on the last video. Much appreciate the support. So yeah, listen, let's just get straight into it. I think it's the worst kept secret going, but the prodigal son returns. Sam Byram returns to Leeds United on a 1-year deal. The 29-year-old has penned a 1-year deal with the Whites running until the summer of 2024. He began his career at Leeds United, coming through the youth setup at Fort Parch and going on to become a first-team regular. He made his debut in the 4-0 Carabao Cup victory over Shrewsbury Town at Ellen Road at the age of 18. And of course, the rest of this is on the website if you want to read it. But this is the bit I want to get down to. Following the appointment of Farker as Leeds manager in July, Byram was invited to train with Leeds and featured in pre-season games against Monaco, Forest and Hearts. His performance caught the eye now and has now earned a contract with the club, becoming the third signing of the transfer window following the arrivals of Ethan Ampadu and Carl Darlow. And of course, Byram will once again wear the number 25 shirt. And he could make his debut against Cardiff City, subject to EFL and FA approval. So, okay, going by that, he's good to go. So if he's fit and if Farker sees fit to start him, he will play in the game. Now, I mean, my initial thoughts on this are, it is low risk with a 1 year, and that is the good thing. I was concerned that we possibly would go to 2, just knowing this football club. But obviously, this is new ownership, so it is a new negotiation tactic. It's a new way of recruiting. So 1-year deal, okay. But the negatives with this one, and there are some, is that he just doesn't stay fit. And I always get concerned with these kind of players where they're trying to earn a contract. That once they've got the contract, that ferocity, that intensity that they played with to earn the contract suddenly fizzles out, and that's where I'm concerned. So hopefully with Sam Byram, and this is all we've got, we can only hope that he keeps up the intensity that he's got over preseason and takes it into this season and plays more than enough games. I mean, how good would it be if he was better than I anticipate? I'll just speak for myself, and that he could stay here a couple more years. You save yourself a lot of money that way, but let's see how he gets on to begin with. I guess the other thing for me is just the position that he's signing for. If we're not keeping Cody Drame, then it would obviously be him and Ayling at right back. But if he's being signed as a left back for me, and we're going to keep Yelder there, that wouldn't be good enough in my opinion. So obviously we talk about this signing now on the 5th of August. This is when I'm recording this. If we're at the end of the transfer window and we've signed no other fullback at left back, then that's a big concern for me. And I look at this signing very, very differently, as everyone should. Because how long have we been going on for about square pegs in round holes? Now, I hear all the stuff about him possibly playing inverted. I didn't see that in the friendlies. I saw him going down the left and cutting back and passing through. An inverted fullback doesn't do that. They channel inside the field, and they make plays while curling the ball in with their right foot or trying to shoot with their right foot or whatever it may be. But he was trying to do the traditional left back role of going down the left, but he couldn't whip it in first time with his left, so he'd have to check back and pass back into midfield. That's not an inverted fullback. That's just a left foot. That's a right-footed right back playing on the left. Inverted fullbacks. If I have to go to the extreme examples, but you go to a João Cancelo, that would be an inverted fullback, somebody who will cut inside and make that space his own and look very comfortable in that position. But we'll see what happens if he's to play on the left. And of course, the injury history is an issue for me, because even though it is low risk, we've already got a cracked left back in Junior Firpo still at the club and possibly will stay with his injury history. It would have been the same for me as if we re-signed Adam Forshaw. These kind of things do matter. Availability is a big thing for me. And when you're going down with little minor injuries that take you forever to heal, then it's a waste of resource. And listen, remember, people, we're in the Championship, so every bit of resource we have has to be put to the best use. Has to be. Positive, though, is that he has been here before, and he was here during that dark period, so he knows what it's like when it gets tense at Ellen Road. So he'll be prepared. He'll be ready for that. He knows that if it's not going well, the fans will get on the backs of the players. It's just, don't get me wrong, Leeds United supporters support the team through thick and thin. We do. But obviously, when it's not going right, if you've been to Ellen Road before, it gets tense sometimes. It gets real tense. And he will have known that from his previous stint here. So he will be prepared and ready for that. If it goes well, then this will be a shrewd signing for the window. But I put this to everybody, and I just want to get your thoughts on this. If Victor Orton and Radrizzani were still here and we'd made these three same signings by the 5th of August, a day before we kick off against Cardiff, would people be satisfied with this? I don't think they would, but you can let me know in the comments. All I'm saying is that we need to see more, because again, we talk, people talk about depth pieces here with Sam Byram. It's good depth, and I hear that. But what about our primary needs? We need an out-and-out left back. We need a central midfielder, a sturdy one. We need a creative midfielder, and we need strikers, people. You've seen the striker crisis we've got. So if we're not fulfilling the primary needs, then these ancillary moves for me, they don't move me the way that they seem to be moving other people. I need to see primary players be put in their position. Listen, if you watch the Southampton-Sheffield Wednesday game last night, or sorry, Sheffield Wednesday-Southampton game, you would have seen Southampton suffocated Sheffield Wednesday with possession hype. You saw exactly what almost happened in that game. You know, Sheffield Wednesday almost come out with a point simply because the nature of Championship football is that there's more Callum Pattersons in this league than there are Edozis, Willie Nantos. There's more Callum Pattersons in this league than not. And you saw with Sheffield Wednesday, all it took was a meat and potatoes corner, and they scrambled one in. That is what happens in the Championship. You can have 70% possession all you like, but if you leave gaps, if you play a high line, you saw Sheffield Wednesday almost hit Southampton on the counter a couple times. So Southampton came through that one with 3 points. But it's a different kind of league, and like Daniel Farke even said himself, so even the gaffer said it. We need some tough central midfielders in there also, and a centre back. You know, we need to fulfill these positions as well. So at this point, as I say this on the 5th of August, I don't mind the signing. I'm not doing a cartwheel over it. I'm not disappointed in it. If it's a depth piece and we add in another out and out left back, then cool. But if we come to the end of the transfer window and this is the fallback, then it's a whole different conversation, in my opinion. You know, I mean, there's just so much you need in the Championship. And you saw yesterday, set pieces are going to be key. We are not the best at defending set pieces anyway. And I guess we're adding Charlie Creswell in there, and he will give us a bit more strength in there, a bit more physical presence in there. But just generally over the past couple of years, I mean, some would say that we haven't been good at defending altogether. But especially with set pieces, we've been undone so many times. And listen, the Championship is full of set piece. That's where most people get their goals. When you see EFL highlights, it's usually corner swung in, little scrap ensues, and someone's knocked it in. And that's something we've got to be ready for. So yeah, listen, give me your thoughts on the signing. Like I said, I'm not going to gas him up. I hope he does well. Obviously, he signed for Leeds United. He gets my full backing. I hope he stays fit, shows the same intensity that he showed in pre-season, and I hope this one works out. But at the end of the day, this is the third signing, and we haven't fulfilled any of our key areas besides goalkeeper with Carl Darlow. We've got another defensive midfielder in cool, left back, centre back, striker. This is good, but we need more 49ers. So hopefully they're still working behind the scenes, working hard behind the scenes to get in exactly what we need, what Daniel Farke needs, and what we need to get out of this league. So yeah, listen, people, I'm going to leave it there. Hit the likes on the video, leave your comments below, subscribe if you're not subscribed, and I will see you for the Cardiff game, people. Peace out.